Won't it be Ryan the Great? And today we are talking WWE Crown Jewel, guys. And yeah, we actually have a very, very good card. I mean, we actually have 7 matches on a card, which is just something, Triple H has not done in his reign as creative. The head of creative, I guess that's what it is. He hasn't done too much of that, but we're getting 7 matches. I assume because the Saudi Arabians are paying big bucks, to get the Saudi to get this card on. And yeah, we see some good matches. I really like that they have these 2 championships for the men's and women, because I think Survivor Series, when they used to do Raw vs. SmackDown, was just for bragging rights, so at least there's something to fight for. While it's not worth much, I mean, at least there's something on the line. So, I like that about it. But let's just get right into this video. But before we get right into it, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother, Legendary Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel, Ryan the Cog Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X, Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok, Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch, Great Podcast. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's run the video and let's roll that intro. Hey, come on, Stotty. Stop! 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 Red Flare! First pitch! Bring him in! Yeah! Oh, damn. Alright, let's go right in the video. So starting off, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, they're defending the Women's Tag Team Championships against Damage Control, Metaphor, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And I don't know, I feel like this one isn't obvious, but, I feel like it's obvious, but also not too obvious. I'm taking Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill just because we haven't seen, anything yet towards their breakup. There hasn't been too much of a build. And then I feel like if there's no build, then nobody's really going to care about the feud. That's kind of the way it was with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Now, obviously, Rousey and Baszler were not the greatest wrestlers in the world, and both these women are a little better in the ring. But nonetheless, if there's no build-up, it's not going to get too many people talking before the turn. And then after the turn, not too many people are going to care. And also, this is kind of on the back burner, between kind of every single match on this card. I think every single match is probably better than this one, maybe except for the Liv Morgan. Actually, no, that match is probably a little bit better. But, this match is probably the worst on the card. Now, granted, the women's tag team division is not that good. But, even if there is a turn, I don't think it's going to, make news headlines in any way, shape, or form. It will, obviously, but it's not going to be on the top. It's not going to be the top headline on the paper the next day. So, I don't really see the reason for a breakup. And then, obviously, these teams, not too, none of them are really deserving. I mean, I don't really see Damage Control. Damage Control's obviously been one of the better teams. It's just no one's really going to care if they win. The Metaphor, they just got there. I don't think they're going to win. Apparently, they are staying on NXT. I don't really know what they're doing. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven could win. I would actually really like to see them win because Chelsea Green's very over, and I really like her gimmick. Piper Niven, I really don't care much about, but I really like Chelsea Green's gimmick, and she's decent in the ring, so, not really much bad things to say about her, but, just because if there was a turn between Bianca and Jade, then I don't think it would make too many headlines. So I'm going to take Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to win. Up next, LA Knight defending the United States Championship against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I really like the way they've built this up, kind of just sneaking LA Knight into the Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes, best of 7 series. I really like that they had LA Knight win the game 7, or match 7, I guess you could say. So I thought that was a nice touch, and it set up this match. And obviously this feud is, set up to get these sort of matches. And, both Andrade and Carmelo Hayes very good in the ring. I think this feud is really proved why both these guys can be, upper mid-card players. Obviously, Andrade won the United States Championship before in his last run in WWE. And then Carmelo Hayes has never won championship gold on the main roster, but obviously was a good NXT champion. And North American champion and whatnot. But I'm still going to take LA Knight. Obviously, he's still really over with the fans. He still has a lot to do with his championship reign. So there's not really many reasons to have him drop the title, and I'm going to take him to win this match. Up next is Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. After Kevin Owens, I guess you could say, turned on Cody Rhodes and Randy. Well, obviously turned on Cody Rhodes, but not really on Randy. I guess somewhat on. I guess you could say on. Well, obviously on Randy Orton because he attacked them backstage. But nonetheless, I forgot that even happened. But nonetheless, this is going to be a very good match. Obviously, Randy Orton has won too many pay-per-view matches this year. I think he's lost the most pay-per-view matches this year, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he's going to lose here again because the storyline is not about him right now, kind of the triangle between Owens, Orton, and Cody Rhodes. The triangle's not really about him right now. It's really all about Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, and I think Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will probably be on that Saturday night's main event show next month. So I think, Kevin Owens obviously has to get a win before he would go on that card. Now, they're saying it could be Roman and Cody 3 on that card. I don't really think that's going to happen. I think that's more for a WrestleMania or SummerSlam sort of thing. But I think Kevin Owens will wrestle Cody Rhodes on that card for the Undisputed Championship, with Kevin Owens obviously being a full heel. So I think he obviously got to get some momentum before the win. Can't have him look weak on pay-per-view. And once again, the storyline's not about Randy Orton right now. Now, if he does turn on Cody Rhodes, the storyline would be about him. But right now, it's not about him, and that's why Kevin Owens is going to win this match. Next, Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion, taking on Nia Jax, the WWE Women's Champion, and they will face for the Crown Jewel, the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. And I don't know, these two matches between all 4 champions are very hard to predict because obviously you don't want one to lose clean because that would then make one look weaker than the other as a champion. So obviously interference is going to play a role in these sort of matches. And some people are taking Nia Jax to win these sort of things. But I think Tiffany Stratton is going to end up costing Nia Jax, which will then lead to Liv Morgan winning the match, and then after Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, whatever, in the ring, and then Tiffany Stratton rebels on Nia Jax and then cashes in to win the Women's World Championship because they obviously need some really big thing to happen for the Saudi show because they're obviously paying big bucks to get these sort of shows, and they want it treated like a WrestleMania card. That's not just what I'm saying. That's what the reports say. So they obviously need something really big, and I think Tiffany Stratton cashing in is going to be something really big because she's on the rise, obviously, as a up-and-coming superstar, and she could be the future and the now if she cashes in at Crown Jewel, and I think she will. Obviously, the Judgment Day will be involved and whatnot, but I think Liv Morgan will end up winning this one. Next, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship. Now, this one's probably a little harder, even harder to predict than the Nia Jax and Liv Morgan one, because both of these guys are literally at the top of, I guess you could say the rankings of WWE right now. And Gunther does not lose often. He's only been, I think both these guys have only, Gunther, I think ever since his time in WWE, he's only lost 3 or 4 times. Cody Rhodes, ever since coming back, has only been pinned just a few times. So both these guys don't lose often, and both of them rarely lose clean. Obviously, Cody Rhodes less than Gunther. Gunther gets pinned a little more, all of Gunther's defeats might have been by a clean decision, but nonetheless, Cody Rhodes' defeats have been obviously by outside interference, and I am going to take Cody Rhodes to win this just because I think that if you have Gunther lose by outside interference again, which I think is going to be because of Goldberg, not to set up a match at Survivor Series, but to set up a match further down the line, maybe even past WrestleMania. I think Gunther losing by outside interference isn't going to hurt him whatsoever. It's also not going to put Cody above Gunther in any way. Now, obviously, to keep Cody's babyface tactics in check, you're not going to want him to know that he beat Gunther with the help of Goldberg until after the match. So I really don't think that Cody Rhodes will be considered, or the rumors will be, Cody's turning heel, or they should turn Cody heel after this, or something like that. No, he's going to win because of something he didn't know that happened. Now, Cody could obviously lose. I'm not saying Cody can't lose. Same thing with the other match for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Both, anybody could lose. These are the 2 matches. These are probably the 2 hardest matches of the year to predict. Normally, I get most of my predictions right when it comes to these sort of cards, but these are just some of the hardest matches to predict. Obviously, since it's champion versus champion. But yeah, I'm going to take Cody Rhodes to win this one. And then the Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0. Obviously, Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso scouting out the Bloodline 1.0. Now, obviously, people aren't calling it that, but that's what I'm going to call it because they are the Bloodline. And then the Bloodline 2.0. We don't know who's competing as of right now. That's the time I'm filming this video. It's either Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, or Tonga Loa. Now, I'm going to take the Bloodline 2.0 to win this one. And we all know at this point that it's going to be a War Games match between the Bloodline 2.0 and the Bloodline 1.0. Most likely, Sami Zayn is going to join Roman's team. Now, maybe The Rock could end up coming in this, or maybe Hikuleo could debut. They've had him signed for a couple months, and maybe have him interfere in this match, and he could be a fifth guy, and then you need another guy for the Bloodline, so maybe The Rock could team with Roman Reigns. I don't know. But what I do know is that the Bloodline 2.0 is probably going to win because you just can't have Roman Reigns dominate the Bloodline 2.0. It just makes them look so weak and inferior to Roman Reigns. It makes them look like they're not deserving to be in the ring with him and his companions. So it just makes sense to have them win in a six-man tag just to, keep them obviously relevant and, kind of get fans on their feet heading into the match at Survivor Series that is going to culminate in a War Game. Not culminate, but there is going to be a War Games match, obviously, in a Civil War. But nonetheless, those are my predictions. Bloodline 2.0, Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan, Kevin Owens, Bronson Reed, LA Knight, and Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill. That'll do it for these predictions, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe with your post notifications on. Go subscribe to my brother, Linda Great Vlogs. Make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel at Ryan the Kyle Great. Make sure you guys go follow me on X at Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go follow me on TikTok at Ryan the Great RTG. Make sure you guys go listen to the latest edition of the CR7 podcast. And make sure you guys go follow me on Twitch at Ryan the Great Podcast. And as always, Ryan the Great out. Peace.